Welcome back to Talk Horror to Me. Do not mind my U of M shirt. It's not about you. Before we get in touch with our co-host, let's see what we're looking at tonight. Tonight we review Glass. Glass is a 2019 American superhero thriller film written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It is a crossover and a sequel to Shyamalan's previous films Unbreakable from 2000 and Split from 2016, and serves as the third and final installment in the Unbreakable trilogy. Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, James McAvoy, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Sarah Paulson star. In Glass, David Dunn tries to stay one step ahead of the law while delivering vigilante justice on the streets of Philadelphia. His special talents soon put him on a collision course with the Beast, a psychotic madman with superhuman strength and 23 distinct personalities. Their epic showdown leads them to an encounter with the mysterious Elijah Price, the criminal mastermind who holds critical secrets for both men. Hi, welcome back. Hey, Brooke. You're also on mute still.
Hey.
There you are. Hey, how are you, by the way?
I'm good, but...
Okay. Hey, who picked this film, Brooke?
Carly?
Was it you?
No.
Was it me? No. It's Carly who must be having some sort of technical difficulties because we don't know where she is. She's lost in the woods, people. So we're going to hope and pray that she will join us sometime soon. We are going to hear from her. Or maybe she went to Philadelphia to figure out what's going on with all these crazy people who seem to live there. So with that said, Brooke, what did you think of the film?
Okay, so I like the third adaptation of the movie. It didn't hold up as well as the other two, in my opinion, but it was okay. It wasn't... I think he could have did better on this one. It wasn't really horror to me. It wasn't scary or anything. It was just telling like Mr. Glass's story, and I think he could have did better with his storyline. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad though. But he could have done better.
So of the three films, Unbreakable, Split, and this, which is your favorite? And I'm assuming this is your least favorite, correct?
Yeah, this one's my least favorite. Split is the favorite.
Favorite of the three? Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, I disagree. This was like the pacing of this was off. I mean, Split had that amazing like reveal at the end where you're like, oh my God, it's the same world, because everything M. Night does is in Philadelphia or around Philadelphia. So we wouldn't have known. For all we know, Haley Joel Osment's walking around seeing ghosts still, walking by a frame, with these guys fighting in a distance. I don't know. You're right. It is Elijah Price's movie. I mean, that was the whole point of it. I still thought that because there's now two other people vying for the limelight, it's hard to actually get his story in this movie. I thought that like the birth scene from the second one or the first one? No, actually, it was in this. It was in this one, right? Yeah. I think the birth scene and like, what did you do to that kid? Where he's all broken. I think it was powerful. And I don't know. I felt he was so sympathetic at the end of this film, and he's kind of like Samuel L. Jackson did a great job making this villain not heroic but sympathetic. So at the end, when we find out more about everything, I definitely feel that like he is a sympathetic character where this was his purpose. I felt bad for a guy, James McAvoy, because I thought he got a bad rap. Although I don't know. I mean, I did love this film. I love the culmination of all three films. I just felt like every one of them kind of got robbed at the end of this film. And I don't even know what to make of all that. But it really isn't about what you and I think, bro. I think it's really about Carly and what she thinks of this film. Don't be sorry you jumped in right when we wanted you to, so you can tell us all about this film.
All about it. Oh my God. I thought it was going to be a little bit different. I thought it was going to be more of a him trying to capture. I didn't realize they were going to, they were going to set it up to be in a hospital. I didn't realize that, but man, Glass, Mr. Glass, he is quite the evil genius.
What?
Yes.
He caused the train wreck and everything.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying he didn't do terrible things, but I'm sorry. I don't mean to derail your thinking. Tell us more about this evil genius.
Well, he orchestrates this. Do you really want me to spoil the film?
I mean, you don't have to
spoil the film. 2018.
We got the other films that we can fall back.
Well, he orchestrates this where they all get together, and the two Mr. Glass is sitting there, kind of conducting, and you've got David and the Beast. Yeah, because he flipped through so many characters. James McAvoy did just flip through them like crazy and did phenomenal again. But it wasn't exactly what I thought was going to be, but it was pretty nice.
Okay. We were talking before you came on air. I felt that David, Elijah, the Beast, all kind of were done dirty by the end of this film.
Yes.
I was not. I mean, I was satisfied with like how Elijah was like had this epiphany or this realization that he was like, I meant something. I was, I had a purpose, which I thought was beautifully done. But I was also like, what the hell, man? Every one of these cats are done dirty. And like, I was like, oh, it's terrible. I felt it was terrible in that regard. I really felt like the emotional impact for all three characters on me, either through the characters or the kids, the son or the girl from the second film. I thought that it just, everything was, even the mother, Elijah's mother. Although I will say that the makeup effects to make her older, I don't think stood up. It didn't hold up very well. Even then, even when I saw it originally, I'm like, man, that's some weird makeup. But that being said, I thought that like kind of seeing the offspring or the offshoot of each of those characters as a foil for loving that character or having affection for that character was really cool. I like that about it. I know this movie is a couple years old, but I'm not going to give away the ending, the actual M. Night twist on this one. But I just thought like, oh, that's so wrong. That's just not right. What y'all done? But you guys have to watch it to figure that out. So
yeah.
So that being said,
Sarah Paulson did an amazing job too.
Yes, she did. She did.
But did she though? I feel like Sarah Paulson, especially for American Horror Story and other things, like she's kind of like Jack Black. Is that she always plays the same character, always sings the same note, either Nurse Ratched, American Horror Story, this character as a doctor. I don't know. They all seem to have kind of like the same vibe to it. So like she's amazing at it. But I feel like she always gives us the same thing. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't she in Studio 60 on Sunset Strip?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see that one. Okay.
That was a TV show.
There you go.
Season TV show.
I see. That's probably why I didn't say it.
But
is it a horror? Is it a horror series? We're gonna have you pick that next, Carly. No, okay.
No.
I was like, Carly. So since you were late, you have been penalized.
Yeah.
So you now have to go first with your pros and cons.
You've been penalized.
Pros and cons.
Actually, you know what? I'll even stop you there because it is 10 after. So we will roll up into our favorites, which can be a pro and one con for the film.
Let's see. The pro Well, my favorite part, honestly, it was when Mr. Glass got them out of the. For fuck's sakes, I'm so sorry. I'm having the time because I fell asleep.
Hey, that's
So
all
I'm
right.
just waking up.
Listen, for everybody to know, she was day drinking and she's just come off a
Yes.
hangover, and that's why she's like.
Well, what can I say?
There you go.
But the way he orchestrated everything inside of the
hospital.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
phenomenal, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, which I wasn't expecting to, because I was expecting a chase type movie.
Oh, okay. Like kind of like a hunter hunt prey
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like okay, I get that. Especially when you
Yeah.
introduce David like as the quote unquote hero who's gonna chase down the beast, which happens pretty quickly after it's all said and done. What about your con, Carly?
My con is how dirty they were done at the end.
All right, so now, what happened? Are you okay?
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're just still feeling it. You're just feeling how just dirty they were done. Okay, I got that. Who do you want to go next, Carly?
You.
Oh man, I'm not ready.
Liar.
I will say my favorite. Well, you're right. I'm always ready, or at least ready to like wing it. So in this case, I love this third film. The pro for me is the fact that he surprised us in 2014 with Split. M. Night did, and then to just like bring it in as a trilogy. I don't even think any of us was expecting it, other than like, oh wow, David Dunn seen at the end in like the little post credit or mid credit. I didn't think he was going to come back with a third. That's the pro. So I love the fact that now every one of the main characters has their story told. The con is that, and I've heard this on the boards as well, is that you introduce Sarah Paulson's doctor with this other affiliation and this greater universe that these three characters in Philadelphia, that she was brought in to find them and neutralize things. But to find out there's more out there in the world, around the globe, apparently, with this whole cabal of people trying to keep everybody in check. I want more. I don't want it to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
I want it to be a quadrilogy. I want to see Sarah Paulson go forward, or somebody go forward with like the next thing of this. I know M. Night's not going to do it. I know that he's like, I got enough things I want to do. It's like, I don't need to keep telling this story. But me as a fan of this universe, I want to see more. So I'm kind of upset that I probably will never see more, but I do love that.
I would have liked to see more about the organization, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, they left it hanging with the whole like everybody's at the train station, Grand Central Station kind of deal. Like, oh, everybody's seeing the news. I wasn't really satisfied with that. It kind of like, I mean, we live in a world now where people get flat. Yeah, it fell flat because I think now we live in a world where people get caught doing things all the time, and by next week nobody cares. Right. So I don't think that anybody in that world is gonna be like, oh no, there's a shadowy cabal. No, nobody's gonna care come next week. So how about you, Brooke?
What do you think, Brooke?
What do you think, Brooke?
My pros is, I would say, like the son trying to figure out where the Split guy is. Like where he was trying to figure out. I like how he was doing all the research and backstory of who he was and how he was and his name and stuff. I like that part. Okay, and my cons is, I would say, I didn't understand the ending, but you all are talking about the ending, so I'm getting a better understanding of it.
Okay.
So now I understand a little bit, but I still don't get the ending. So it's an organization, is what it is, like, of superheroes. Or are they trying to hide this fact that they're superheroes?
They're trying to hide the fact that they're superheroes. They want
or villains or anybody. I mean,
exactly. And keep the balance.
Well, at least a
I agree
human
with that.
balance. And how many movies have we seen where it's all about the humanity? It's like, oh, we can't let these people with, whether it's X-Men or whether it's other franchises where,
Yeah.
humanity has got to protect itself from these ultras or these people who have a lot more power than anybody alive should have. The one thing I loved about Sarah Paulson's, I threw up that on screen, that comment about the range of Sarah Paulson as an actress. I loved the scene where she's got them all questioning themselves, where David Dunn is like, no, that's why I knew who it was. That's why I followed it. It's like, well, wasn't it just because you saw some weird kid bouncing off the walls with a little bit of red clay on his clothes, and like really got him to second guess his heroism and his abilities. And I was like, no, don't do that. I mean, I felt so bad for Bruce Willis. God bless him. One of his last, major roles before he kind of slipped off the limelight, but amazing. I just like the way she was able to pick away at everybody's insecurities or their weaknesses in a way. And until we had the whole Ocean's 11 action with Elijah, where he replays why that thing didn't work the way it was supposed to. So, I mean, it did kind of take this whole like kind of like George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Ocean's 11 vibe, where he like shows us how he did it. I thought it was pretty funny, but it was a nice twist and change of pace, because I like how M. Night's not just one trick anymore. He tries to mix it up a little bit.
And I saw him in the film too.
Every film.
Yeah.
Every film.
Yeah.
Every film. In this film, he reprised the same role as the one from Unbreakable. So
yeah. But
just older and wiser and not, doing drug deals in stadium bathrooms. Yeah. So what did you think, both of you, what did you think of the color palette? I'll start with you, Brooke. If like each character had his own palette, if you saw the
purple, yellow, and black. Yeah.
Green. I think green was David's.
Green is David's?
Yeah. Green was David's.
Okay.
Yeah, because he had that green rain slicker was his kind of motif.
Oh, I thought that was black. See, maybe I'm colorblind. But I did like how they had their own color palette. I wonder where he got that from. Like, what made him want to think of that?
Well, he did it in Sixth Sense, where everything that was red, anytime you saw red on film, was related to a ghost being in the scene with like interacting with a person. Aside from Haley Joel and Bruce Willis's character, there was always a red, like something that happened that was red that you see that would show an interaction with Bruce Willis and another character who didn't see ghosts. So I think that's always been part of his, like, something he tried to do. I don't know where he came up with the schema, like purple in orange or yellow in green, but I do know that it was purposeful, at least by the second film.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Was it distracting at all, or did it just like
No.
Carly? Did you feel it enhanced it?
It really brings you into the character more, because you see green. He had the green thing, and you're like, okay, this is David, and I think it really enhanced it in its own.
I mean,
way.
In its own way. I know that when I showed the clip of them like side by side when they're all being interviewed, it was kind of hard. It was like pink. I think Sarah Paulson's character almost had a pink, because anytime it was her controlling the situation, it was an overtone of like a very light, dusty pink happening. I'm assuming that was her color, but I'm not sure. But it seemed like that was prevalent for her as she was trying to do her job. Not happy. I'm not happy. I'm telling you, I'm not happy about the job she did.
No, not
at
happy.
all. Don't like it. And
don't
because
like
even though I don't like that, what I do love is knowing that we're going to rate this thing. And so, Carly, I'm not going to penalize you anymore. So
All right.
you
Thank you,
get to pick.
And I'm like,
No, I would never. I'm going to let you wake up for another 10, 30 seconds. So you get to pick which of us has to go.
Okay, well, I want to hear what Brooke thinks.
Me, I'm going to rate it a 4.8 Shit, you made me forget it. If you would have told me, I had it, but it went away. A 4.8. Let's see. I'm trying to think because it's not just a 4.8. I'm just gonna say
just 4.8. I'll tell you what. If you remember what it is, just shout it out, and we'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Now I want to give it 2 different ratings because as a standalone film, this would never actually hold up. It'd be like this weird like amalgam of like what is happening. It would only work as a sequel / crossover, right? Any other way it would not work. So I think in that way, as a film, the third of the series, I give it a solid 4.5 clover tattoos. But as a standalone film, regardless that it's M. Night, regardless that its characters being reprised, if it were the only thing we saw of this film, was this film, I'd probably give it something a little bit lower. I'd probably give it like a 4 even. But because it's the culmination of the other 2 films, it's definitely a 4.5.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I'm giving it a solid 4.5 middle fingers from Hedwig.
Oh.
When he got out of screen and then just throws that up there, I was like, oh,
etc.
Oh yeah, etc. Oh man, but I will tell you that I felt, like I said before, I had a lot of affection for these characters. I felt strong. I was like near tears with everybody. I think I was most affected by the Beast and like how that went down. Then Elijah and his, and unfortunately, David had a pretty miserable, lonely end to his character, and I felt that was terrible. It's like he was alone in what he had to deal with and go through. So I felt that it didn't serve him well, although the wife had already left and the son was not estranged like he used to.
The wife died.
Well, I mean, left this earth. What I mean to say. Okay. And his son's working with him, but they still didn't have like that tight bond. I think there was still a lot of hero worship from the son, like and wanting to be like his dad. But yeah, I just felt like he most unsatisfactory narrative ending. And it was even more tragic.
Just rooting for him. I was rooting for him so bad.
Too. I really was.
Like, get up there and get away.
Man. Oh,
stupid
I got
couples.
it. I got it.
Yeah.
4.8 broken arm bones. Remember when he was on that little ride and his arm got crushed and it was all
oh my god. That weird like saucer spinny thing. Oh my god, that.
Yes.
And it was so cute to start with all his stuffed animals, and he wrapped up the bar, and he kind of locked himself in, and then whoop, there goes one big teddy bear. Whoop, there goes oh my god, you knew it was going to go all wrong fast. Just yeah, there was some powerful moments that were just like kind of just make you scrunch up with because you knew how bad it was going to be. Oh Lordy. So Carly.
Yes.
As we roll into the end of this in a very just elegant note, why would people tell people why they should go see this film?
Well, watch this film. First go watch Unbreakable and Split. Yeah, you need to watch those 2 first. But it is honestly, you get to see more into Mr. Glass's mind, and I think that is the best part of the film. So I think everybody needs to see it.
Yeah. Oh. And so if you love M. Night, and again, this is kind of like you think of M. Night and you think of The Village, and you think of The Happening, you think of Sixth Sense and Signs, and this is not those. Like Unbreakable, even though it was a second film, it really, it was a departure. It was kind of quasi superhero. That's why it's genred anyway. And it is different from his other more horror centric or like suspense centric movies. But definitely as a trilogy, I totally agree that you should say it. Yes. So thank you, Carly. Now that's done. We're done. So we need to go to the next thing. And it's me.
Yep.
And Carly,
Yeah.
since you weren't here beforehand to discuss it, I had to like make my own decisions. And so
okay.
yeah, I had to like figure it out for my own. So I guess I have okay. So first question is for Carly and Brooke. Do you have Max?
Yes.
Brooke?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because what I want to watch is Maxine with 3 X's to finish my trilogy of Pearl and X. So I want to watch Maxine, which is the third in that film. So it's kind of like a little homage in parallel to you, Carly, that you did a film, a crossover, in a sequel, and I'm doing a film, a prequel, and now the sequel. So yes, Maxine on with 3 X's. If you can't find it in the search, this Max XXX INE. And I'm very excited. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm very excited to see it. And I'm excited for us to discuss all of it together.
I saw it come up there, and I was like, Chuck!
Hey, I'm no Mia Goth, but if you scream out my name when you see that and think of Mia Goth, I'm all for it. I am not going to say no to somebody screaming out my name, and I'm just saying. Okay, well, with that, we got plenty of time left. I mean, geez, it's like we got 3 minutes, Carly. What are we going to do? I mean, Brooke, any more pearls of wisdom from you on this film?
Me? No.
She's like,
No.
I'm good. Okay, well, all right. Well, then we will set. Yeah, go ahead, Carly.
Well, I got to say that James McAvoy at the end just absolutely broke my heart.
Yeah.
Absolutely broke my heart.
Yeah.
I didn't know his mom abused him. So after his father died, his mom abused him. And his dad had DID just like he did.
Yep. And we got that whole full circle thing back to Unbreakable that I won't mention what and why, which was the other twist.
Big
on the
twist.
ending.
That was a big twist.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that one, and you know what? That big, I mean, there was like 3. All right, so everybody who's gonna watch this film, there's like 3 big twists at the end. The one is kind of like sprinkled throughout. The second one that it gets confirmed or revealed is pretty like, and then they come to find out that it was just kind of all misdirected. So amazing work. I think, like I said, it's so much going on. Other than kind of like poor David, like, are you really that afraid of water? I mean, is that really your kryptonite? Water? I mean, the man can like kind of throw away a table thrown at him by the beast, and he can't pick himself out of water. I mean, come on. It just seems so. I know, but does that mean he's never drank water? Has he been drinking Gatorade this whole time? I mean,
oh yeah, you got a point there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's dealing with water all the time. I mean, he's working in the rain half the time as the vigilante or the guardian. So, yeah, he's got a shower. So, really, in reality, he should have got a tolerance to water. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man.
I know. I'm always asking the questions. I'm always.
Well, I mean,
poking holes
it
in
would have
plots.
given him I don't think it would have given him a better ending, considering.
Yeah, considering, but it's just kind of like, man, if I was a superhero and that was my kryptonite, I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay home and watch Netflix. This is just silly. I'm embarrassed. So, with my embarrassment, again, we will be watching Maxine on Max for next week. I'm very excited, and I don't remember how we did it, Carly. You told me like how to make the thing.
Brooke told you.
What is that? I don't know anymore. She showed me how what
like
up, and I forgot.
This.
Oh, is that what it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna keep working on it. So, love to you both, Carly. Go take a nap. It'll be okay. We love it.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Brooke and I were like, man, we're ready. We're ready to tackle this on your behalf. So we braced ourselves, and then you showed up like an avenging angel, and it was amazing.
I'm gonna have to watch the beginning of those.
You are. All right. So love to you both. Bye, Carly. Bye, Brooke. And for everybody who did join in and partake and show us love, thank you so much for joining us. And remember, as always, we are here to scare you later.